what's your name again?
I'm Paige.
Paige, I'm Taylor. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So, why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself?
So I'm a college student. I'm a senior, and I've just been having roommate issues. I know it's kind of late, but I have a new roommate this year, and she's just been really messy and like kind of like throwing off my lifestyle and like the way that I like organize things, and she's just kind of, it feels like she's like coming in and just causing stress for me. So
Yeah, kind of seems like maybe she feels like a little bit of added stress that you may not want or desire in your last year here. Can you tell me a little bit more about the dynamic that is between you guys outside of the living conditions of the room?
Yeah. I wouldn't say like we're quite friends yet. It's still a little bit like it's like midway through the semester, but it's just gotten to a point where like I don't know if I have like some like resentful feelings for how she's been like treating our room, but yeah, I don't think like we're that good of friends. Like we don't really see each other outside of the room.
Okay, so it doesn't sound like you really have an established relationship beyond just living in a room together.
No.
Okay. Yeah, so I guess I'm curious, what are the types of things that she's doing in the room that are causing you more stress versus what like roommate dynamics in the past have been for you?
She just puts her clothes like on my side of the room or like even on my desk sometimes, and it's just like, this is my workspace, like just like it kind of feels like an invasion of my area. She leaves like food in the fridge for like long periods of time and just like smells up the room, and I just don't really like being in a room that doesn't smell good. It just like, especially where I'm living, and I'm in the room more than she is, kind of, so just kind of like those types of things, like just being messy and like not being like considerate of how I'm feeling.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like maybe when you're in the room, you're trying to make the space your own, but when she has all of her stuff in there and she's got stuff that's sitting in the fridge for a long time, it doesn't feel like she's respecting the space well, and she is kind of taking over not only her space but also your space in the room, which can make it hard because it's a shared space, and because it's so small, because it's a dorm room, it can be challenging to try and share that space well together.
Yeah, I definitely say it feels disrespectful to how I might be feeling, and she doesn't even feel a need to like say anything about it, or like doesn't seem to even like recognize what she's doing. And I don't know, I feel like if I speak up, then like it just caused more like conflict between us, and so it just feels like it's kind of one-sided right now, where I'm just the only one caring about it.
It almost feels like too there's that barrier between like the communication that you guys have, where it might not be as free as what you would want it to be.
Yeah, especially if she's not in the room a lot too. It's just like, when would I even like talk to her about it? Because when she is in the room, she's just like doing her own thing, and I'm doing my own thing as well, and I don't know, it just never seems like the right time to talk to her about it too.
Yeah, and maybe because of the pre-existing like ability to talk, and like that being limited in the comfortability you have of communication with her, that also might prove to be a challenge when you're trying to talk about something that like is her disrespecting the space.
Yeah, in this my roommates in the past, or I've only had like one roommate before, and like our lifestyles were pretty compatible. Like she would respect my area and like keep it clean, and she'd even help clean if it like needed vacuumed or that kind of thing. And yeah, my roommate now, she just doesn't seem to have like a view of like what, or like how I'm living, and like how that differs between how she's used to living.
It almost sounds like too there could be some comparison going on between your roommate now and your roommate before. And were you close with your roommate before?
I would say closer than my roommate now. Like we were able to establish a friendship out of it.
Yeah. So it kind of sounds like there might be a little bit of resentment towards your roommate now because of the drastic shift between your roommate before, who you were able to be friends with and you were able to have a relationship with and you were able to have that communication with, to switching to something that feels like the complete opposite. I wonder if she might be feeling like a similar way too, of like the shift has been big for her as well. Do you know anything about her roommate situations in the past?
Not really. Yeah, she lived in a different dorm before, so she hasn't talked to me about it or anything, and yeah, but maybe you're right in like the way she might be feeling a little bit embarrassed about it, maybe that she lives that way, and like it's so completely different from what I do, so she might be like kind of embarrassed to talk about it, maybe, but I don't know because we haven't talked about it.
And I mean it is a hard conversation to have, and it does make it a little bit more uncomfortable if there hasn't been a space for a lot of conversation in general, and then trying to jump into something that feels a little more confrontational when there already doesn't feel like there's grounds for regular conversation.
Yeah, and I'm just one to kind of like avoid conflict, and like also it's like midway through our last semester here, so it's like why would I bring it up now and we only have like a little bit left?
Yeah, it kind of seems like it is like a battle that you don't really see worth fighting, but like at the same time is stressing you out and like is causing you some discomfort when you're in the room.
Yeah, I would definitely say it's like uncomfortable. Yeah, like the room is supposed to be like a cozy space you go to like decompress, and just when there's like mess all around me, it's just hard to like relax and like use that space as something comforting.
Yeah. So it kind of sounds like the room is a little bit more than just like a space that you live in, like where you keep your clothes, but like a safe haven for you maybe, and you find comfort and rest there, and yeah, it just is not facilitating that for you right now, with her being so messy and having her stuff not only on her side of the room but also like taking over your spaces as well.
Yeah, and just in the beginning of us rooming together too, like it seemed like it was okay, and like that she was a clean person, but I think that was just her like kind of testing the waters and seeing what it'd be like, and then she just got really comfortable about like where she put her things, and like, or maybe didn't even realize it, but yeah, so it's just kind of new and different now that like she's more comfortable there with me.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like it was an unexpected shift. Like at the beginning it was fine, and now it is stressful to live in that room together. Um,
Yeah, I just don't know what the best way is to go about it, or if I should even say anything now that we're nearing the end of it. And I don't know if I should compare it to my last roommate, because we had that friendship before. So yeah, our attitude and like way of talking to each other is friendly, but like there's just some like unspoken things. It's like an elephant in the room where I don't know if both of us know, but like at least for me, it's like, okay, I'm seeing this, but like I guess it's not as apparent to her.
And it kind of sounds like that tension is what might be inhibiting the relationship from forming at a deeper level too.
Yeah, just I don't feel like if I'm not comfortable in my space, like I'm not really comfortable of like trying to form a friendship with her, or like making it better. Yeah, but I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, so along the lines of, you had said that you didn't know whether it was best to have a conversation, whether it was best to leave it. If you were to have a conversation, what might that conversation look like?
Yeah, I actually haven't like sat and thought about it before. Maybe explaining how I've been feeling, and maybe suggesting to her, like not like telling her how to change, but like just maybe make it apparent to her, like open her eyes about it, and maybe that would make a change. But yeah, I haven't thought about it before, but maybe if I start thinking about it, I might be able to talk to her about it.
And yeah, I mean, living in a space with somebody and sharing space with them is challenging in general, and when it doesn't feel like safe because of the disorganization and the clutter, and it's kind of taking over the space that you want to be safe in. That doesn't really feel like a functional environment anymore.
Yeah, and maybe I could like move her things and like make it apparent that way, like just like move her stuff away. But like I feel like I don't know what she would do. Like it's kind of like scared of like what could happen from that. And maybe it like would create more tension. But I don't know, maybe it could start a conversation of like, why did you move my things? Like, and I could be like, because I just felt like you were invading my space. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just kind of scared to do that.
Yeah, the underlying fear.
Yeah, fear of the unknown, like creating conflict is just like unsettling for me. And I just want to find a way to like make it just a little bit better, I guess.
Yeah, kind of bringing back like an equilibrium.
Yeah, and